All right.
So, are we starting? Like, intro time?
Whatever you want, man.
Kind of hungry. I've noticed something, well, in the course of us doing this, is that I'm being like so careful as I'm moving right now. This is crazy. What happens if I
Careful.
tap it? I kind of want to tap it.
I really don't want you to tap it.
I don't
Think
want to
about
tap
the
it.
fish in the tank, man. Don't tap the glass.
Yeah, that's exactly how these headphones are.
Um,
Oh, somebody got home.
So
you heard that? Gee, that was like through 3 walls. Or I guess it was one.
like half a wall, like your wall is shared with the fucking front door.
Yeah.
That was
Wall.
through the wall.
Through 3 walls.
Yeah, the north, south, and east wall.
It's gonna be such a dull episode. Something exciting needs to happen. So my leg's been doing a weird thing. Also, welcome to Arguably a Podcast. I'm Shalom.
Jake.
Well, we started. So my leg's been doing this weird thing lately where if I'm like laying on my stomach, so picture this. I'm laying on my stomach.
Oh,
And then and then if my legs are like straight out and I curl them towards my bum, I have a weird thing where it's like a vein or like a muscle like hops over thing. I don't know how to explain it. But other than that, like if I just move my leg up, it makes a little like whoop. It's just like it jumps over. I think it's a tendon. I have a tendon that like jumps to the, you guys will jump to the left of my leg.
oh yeah, I have a vein that does that over a tendon in my hand.
Yeah,
What does that
same.
mean?
That's just
I
like the flexibility of your body at work.
I don't know if it is because it's extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's not gonna like pinch your vein and like cause bleeding or whatever.
No,
I
yeah,
just
I'm
don't-
pretty sure it's just like your body's just like it's just there's little things like that you don't really notice that are all over your body, but like those are probably the ones that as you have aged have sort of become like a little bit more noticeable than the rest of them because maybe they were like bigger movements or stuff like that, so maybe they're just
It
more
only does
exaggerated.
It only does it in my one leg.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like something that's not completely out of the nordy.
It feels
Yeah.
like a. It really feels
out
like.
of the nordy. It's totally out of the nordy.
It feels like a cracking knuckle.
Well, cracking knuckle is literally your tendon. Like that's what that is right there. When you crack your knuckle, that's the sound of a tendon, right there.
And in doing what?
Like snapping over like your knuckle. I'm pretty sure, or something like that.
I
Like
thought it was a release of gases.
I'm pretty sure that's bullshit.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
How you getting gas in your fucking knuckles?
The popping or cracking sound that happens when you crack your knuckles is caused by popping bubbles in your synovial fluid, which is responsible for lubricating your joints. When you pull your bones apart, there is a buildup of negative pressure that causes these bubbles to burst.
See,
It
I
sounds
like
like
I
air pressure.
originally heard that was that's what I originally heard, and I also heard that it causes arthritis, and then I heard more recently that neither of those were true, but maybe what I heard recently was wrong, and maybe they both are true, or maybe one of them is true.
I'm getting very tired of being like up for debate. I'm really sick of all of that. Like,
Really?
things should just be and should just not be.
But we
I'm
don't know what it be.
No, that's what I'm saying. It just is. It just should. It just should. It's like this is this. It's just like there's so much that we have to constantly fight about, and it's making the world uninhabitable. Like my day to day, it just seems like that's all that comes up is, well, I think this, and then I think this, and it's just, I guess we'll never agree on anything. It
See,
sucks.
this would be a good time for Welcome to Arguably a Podcast.
Welcome to Arguably Podcast. I'm Shalom.
Jake again.
I'm Liam. Less quickly this time.
Podcast that does things in pairs.
What? What?
What?
What do you mean what? Confusing.
What do we do? Who do what in pairs? What in
We
pairs?
we do things in pairs. We do two of everything. We did two intros. We did two intros.
Dude.
Man, we do everything in pairs.
We did 2 intros once. Man, we do everything in pairs.
I don't know, man. We do whatever.
So,
Doesn't matter.
when you say a month, how many days are you talking about?
30.
30 days.
Yep.
See,
So if you say a month on February 1st, that's going to be March 3rd.
What's the context? I typically don't say a month.
In like a month from now, just like as a unit of measurement, a month.
I would typically use like 4 weeks. Is what I would say.
my mind immediately jumps to the same day of the next month. But it's
it would be
not
variable.
Yeah. If I guess it depends on the context, but the first thing that I think of is the same day of the next month. Like, so if I'm thinking next, like this is happening 1 month from now, I'm thinking August 6th. That's what I'm thinking. It is July 6th to date the podcast. Hello from the past to the future.
Are we dating ourselves? Oh, I never oh, never mind. We'll go to this.
Okay.
Sorry. I totally forgot that I started talking about the fact that Liam hates talking. And then I don't think we're ever gonna use it. But anyway, yeah, a month from now.
What?
Is a month
Yeah,
from now.
I'm confused as fuck. When did you say this?
What?
When I was like, I was starting like, oh, I realized something, and then
Okay, well, you definitely never said anything. Like, okay,
I know I tried to, but I just never got there.
okay.
Yeah, honestly, like my brain is. I think I have. Apparently, I don't. Because I did the test for it, and it said I didn't, but I'm convinced I do. I'm convinced I have like ADD or like ADHD, but apparently I don't. My mom thinks it's because I spend too much time on my phone,
Yeah.
and because like I've spent so much time on my phone, just doing like meaningless different tasks in very like short spans. That's how my brain like operates now. And I give a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and go back to that. And then eventually I'm all caught up and I'm like, oh right, I actually didn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely right about that. 100%.
You think so?
100%. No question.
Why is it just me?
It's not.
Well,
It's
it's
everybody.
Do
Literally
you guys have that?
everybody with a phone who uses the phone other than just simply as a mode of like calling people. Everybody does, because that's what
yeah.
these apps, these social media apps have designed. Like, they're built to make you want to look at your phone all of the time and look for something new all of the time, because that keeps your attention on the app. Like, that's
Yeah,
why
it depends on the app too. Like if
Oh,
you
yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
TikTok is super designed to do that, and you use TikTok a lot, right? And
Yeah, TikTok,
it's like the second that
Facebook,
video's over, it scrolls to the next video for you.
yeah, Instagram as
Like
well. It's
quick.
like
Yeah.
they're designed to want you to never turn the app off, basically.
So then what the heck is Snapchat doing? Have you guys gone through like the Snapchat discovery page like ever?
I mean, the Snapchat discovery page, I don't know who those people like are. I don't know like how you upload to that page, but I'm pretty sure it's just the same thing.
Not even like the people. Like there's like it's like there's news articles and stuff
Yeah,
that are
but
just like super
Yeah, but
super
dude,
clickbait.
that's literally just like someone made an account, named it that, put that the profile picture, and they just started uploading those as like what
Right.
I believe is like their story or something. I just don't know how you get to that, like how you put it on that like page there. I don't know how that all
Uh,
works really. I haven't really looked into it.
but anyway, the point that I'm getting at with that is why it's so like different than TikTok, for example, where it just wants to keep you invested and so easy to get to the next thing.
What do you mean it's so
Is it-
different? It's not.
No, I'm trying to explain why it is. Just let me get there.
Okay.
Is because like on all these different like pages or stories of like these accounts that are on the discovery page, it's like filled with ads. Like you'll get like 2 minutes in or a minute in or whatever, not even like 30 seconds, and then you gotta like sit through an ad that you can't skip through. There's just so many. And it's
Yeah, that's
just
how they get their
whenever
money.
Yeah.
I know, but it just deters me from it altogether. By the time I get to an ad, like I'm interested enough at first to click on the article to watch the video, but then 30 seconds in, an ad pops up, and I'm like, "Fuck this!" and I just close the app.
Well, yeah, that's just simply them overstepping on the greed side, and
That's what I'm saying.
but
But
like that's not
TikTok,
like it's not like they're doing like their intentions are not different. They're just going overboard with it, and
I'm
they're like
sure.
enforcing the ads like way too hardcore. I'm sure.
I'm sure their intentions are the same. It just sucks. They're just doing a real shit job at it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, but
definitely.
I'm saying it's not
surely it's
working
making
nearly as well as TikTok has.
right for you, but for example, for me,
I don't
I don't
think
ever
just
use
me.
TikTok, so I guess that would be something like the Snapchat discovery page is something that it's probably just like it's just another window, another platform that you could find somebody, right? Like you could find
Yeah,
another
but
view or
I challenge you to find someone who actually goes through those.
No, I try to avoid Snapchat's discovery.
Yeah, no one's doing that. I'm telling you, man. Like people will go to TikTok,
well,
or
but
even if
isn't
they
that the
don't have
page where you see
TikTok,
stories on
TikTok stuff
Snapchat?
of like people that you're not actively following. No,
No, of people that you are following.
or yes, sorry. You don't know. Basically, if you open up Snapchat, right, and then
Yeah.
swipe the opposite way from your friends, like where you go to see your messages, swipe the opposite way, and then
That's
scroll down.
discovery.
Yeah, so at the top you see your the
Oh, I
stories of all
guess
your
you see your
friends, and then below is
stories of all your
the
friends.
discovery. That's
Done.
they're just like throwing it at you there, and then they try and get you to click on it, and then if you are able to stomach the ads, then I guess they try and hook you into the algorithm or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. No one is sitting through those ads. Everyone's just leaving.
Well, okay, if they're doing it, then it's not like nobody's not it's working if they're doing it. Like that's like it's always like you
Yeah, they
know
wouldn't be doing it anymore if people weren't. If the people just stopped watching. People are still watching those ads.
I don't know if
yeah.
people are still watching. I don't think so.
They would take ads out if people weren't.
Not true.
They'd integrate them some other way.
I think the ads are integrated in other ways as well, but they just like keep them into TikTok or
Okay,
not
but
TikTok.
what evidence have you to back your argument?
I just don't know anybody who goes through the discovery page on Snapchat because of that reason.
That's like do you okay, obviously it's not probably something that you bring up in conversation,
I
but
talk about it a decent amount.
do you know I don't know, yeah, I think the discovery page, I guess it's the same page as the subscription page because the subscription page, I'm subscribed to the slow mo guys. So if they
On
ever have,
Snapchat?
yeah, and I'm pretty sure the reason that like I think they upload their stuff on like that discover page. I think it's like related to that.
They
Yeah.
do. I've seen that. I've seen them there before. But whenever I see that, I go to their YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I avoid it. But
Interesting.
YouTube does also have ads. It's just I feel like it's integrated better because Snapchat.
But wait,
like,
if you're subscribed to them on Snapchat, do you get the ads? Because I'm not getting an ad on the slow mo guys stuff.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe if you're subscribed to them, you don't get the ads.
That makes sense.
I got an ad
Or-
from someone I'm subscribed to. I think maybe did you click
I think
through
it
the
depends on
videos?
the page.
Yeah, I clicked through it. Maybe you can
Maybe they're just not like monetized.
yeah. Cuz I was clicking through some of the videos and there's no ads coming up.
I don't think there's a survey for this.
God damn it! I just accidentally clicked on a sponsored ad. I'm upset. I just gave him like 5 cents.
Yeah. So, what's your guys' favorite social media app then?
Reddit.
Yeah, I know why you like Reddit.
Do you? Do you use Reddit?
Not as much as I used to.
Because you use TikTok now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like TikTok is the the bottom of the social media classiness level. It's like TikTok is the bottom floor where there's no standards on TikTok.
I don't know, man. Have you seen
What are you
4chan
talking about?
before?
I don't know, would you consider 4chan a social media? I wouldn't. Consider it a forum.
A social forum.
Yeah, but I don't call it social media, it's anonymous.
So is Reddit. Isn't kinda. You can be anonymous.
I also wouldn't necessarily refer to I feel like Reddit's like a borderline social media. It's not.
Well, then what's social media? The people have to know who you are for it to be a social media?
I feel like it's not necessarily. I feel like it's. I don't know. What is a social media? I guess that's we have the definition of that
I
one.
feel like it'd be anything social. Like Reddit.
Social
would be social.
media. Websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking.
Yeah, I'd consider 4chan a social media.
All right, so yeah, I guess there's a lot more things that would fit into that category then.
Do you guys know what the biggest social media is?
I feel like it's either TikTok or
Platform.
Twitter or something like that. I see a lot of people.
We're gonna say
that I
for
know on Twitter.
2022.
Okay, for 2022.
I'll look it up.
Well, what's your guess before you look it up?
I already looked it up. It's too late for me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Actually, I will tell you before I looked it up. Oh, shoot. No, that's going to give it away. Never mind.
So
All right.
it's TikTok.
Your answer?
I said TikTok or Twitter. Those are my two guesses.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for 2022, it's like it is the thing that all the kids are using. So
You're
It's like
saying
it's the most
TikTok?
popular.
yeah, are we talking most popular or most users? I guess that's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But more users or more active users?
What did
This
you Google,
article-
Shalom? What did you Google to get this article?
The 7 top social media sites
Oh.
you need to care about. Oh,
Okay, well that's
Terrible.
this isn't what I want. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, this is the top 10 social media sites and platforms of 2022.
okay. But what is the rating? What is the scale that we're going by here?
Well, it obviously starts at number 10. So what's number 10? What's the worst on the list?
Well, we're going by. Okay, so we're going by revenue.
Okay.
TikTok.
Yeah, number one, I'd definitely say TikTok.
No.
Number two, I'd say Meta, and number three, I'd say
Meta. Is that actually a thing now? It's actually out and all that stuff?
You can't say Meta because each one of their things are like categorized separate. So you got to break Meta down.
so. There's Meta Facebook, and there's Meta Instagram, and there's the Metaverse.
I don't know what else Meta has.
So okay, well, what are the things on that list that are Meta attached?
I don't know because I don't know what Meta owns.
What's number
Owns
1?
Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp is what Meta owns.
Oh,
All
okay.
3 of those are on the list.
What's number 1?
Are you guys done guessing? Like, are
We
we?
guess.
Well, go you haven't given us any answers. You can start from 10 or lead into it or something, real something.
Okay. 10 is Twitter at 5.42 billion. Do you guys
Oof.
want the prices or do you care?
For revenue, this is going to, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. May as well throw the numerical value in there.
Okay. 10 is Twitter, 5.42 billion. 9 is LinkedIn at 12.4.
What? LinkedIn? That's crazy because that's something that
would
I
Google up
personally have
during COVID.
never used. But yeah, I
Hold
guess just
on.
COVID. Yeah,
Blew up during COVID. People trying to work from home and get jobs and all that stuff.
that makes sense.
You make your profile. You get like, yeah, it's actually like a
Wait.
social media.
Oh,
That's
I lied.
wild.
This isn't scaled.
Oh my.
My revenue is scaled by by monthly active users is what it's scaled by. Sorry.
Oh.
Also,
Okay, so I guess it is.
I'll give
Okay.
I'll give all the numbers. Well, yeah, all. So Twitter has 217 monthly active users.
217.
Yeah, million. Sorry.
Okay.
217 million.
Yeah, just give us the
Users.
actually. Yeah, just give us the active users. We don't need the numerical value. That wasn't the original question. The active users is more relevant to the actual question.
LinkedIn has 250 million.
All right.
Wow.
Quarter
Reddit.
bill.
This is in reverse order from 10 by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Reddit has 430 million.
There we go.
All right. That's a chunk.
I would have never guessed this.
I mean, that's the first one on the list that I use.
Yeah.
yeah. I would have never guessed this, but Pinterest is more than Reddit at 444 million.
Wow, I didn't.
So,
That's interesting. Also, I didn't
I
know
find that
Pinterest was
very
like a social media. I thought it was like eBay part 2. Like,
I'd say Pinterest is more of like what Facebook used to be.
oh really?
Yeah, because you can, or it's more like, no, it's
I just keep getting ads that say, "Hey, sell on Pinterest." Blah blah
you can
blah.
sell on Pinterest.
Apparently,
Just Pinterest to me has always seemed like a creative media outlet where you can like, interact with other people.
yeah, I
but
feel like it
just
reminds me of
through-
Tumblr. Old Tumblr.
Yeah. That's actually a
oh, you're gone.
good comparison.
Oh, you're
Sorry, I
back.
was talking as I was gonna pick something out of my mic, so I muted it, and then I was like, "Shalom, you idiot." Anyway, Snapchat, 538 million.
And what rank is this? Sorry, 5th.
Snapchat is 6th.
Okay.
6th.
All right.
TikTok, 1 billion.
Damn. And so TikTok is 5th. Wow.
TikTok
TikTok
is
is only
5th.
5th. So that
Saying
means
that, though-
all of the meta platforms are more popular than TikTok. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's because they're more accessible
and they've been around longer, I think.
and they've been around longer.
But I mean, I guess this is active users, so.
TikTok is
Monthly.
really new. It has like a smaller demographic, I feel like.
Yeah,
What does,
definitely.
Corey?
TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
Instagram, number 4 with 2 billion, double TikTok.
Jesus. A quarter of the world uses Instagram. That's interesting.
The same amount of people that use Instagram use WhatsApp
Facebook? Oh, okay.
Okay.
at 2 billion as well.
That's 3. That's number 3.
WhatsApp is number 3, which I'm not sure why, because like, Instagram's dollar amount is more than WhatsApp at 24 billion compared to 5.5 billion.
You can't really make money on WhatsApp. That's more of a communication than like selling.
I'm just confused on why WhatsApp is 3rd and Instagram is 4th. But
Because it's ranked on monthly users.
they're both at 2 billion.
WhatsApp's bigger.
It's probably like goes beyond the billion mark and into the millions. So
Yeah.
probably just didn't specify. It's probably close enough to the point they just said like this one has more users, but the difference is not really notable.
Second is YouTube, 2.2 billion.
Wow.
Actually,
Still
yeah.
up there.
Facebook is up there, number 1,
Jesus.
2.9 billion.
That's crazy because like I wonder
revenue of 85.96 billion.
I wonder if it considers me an active user on Facebook because I have a Facebook account. Like
Yeah,
and
active.
I'm like alive. Yeah, and it's like
Active.
and the account is active, but like I don't use Facebook. Like that's crazy that many people
Yes.
use Facebook.
Being alive have to do with it though? Like
Well-
how would Facebook know if you've died?
I just meant like sort of like if like the account was deactivated. A lot of the times, if a person has died, I'm pretty sure like they'll deactivate the account.
Does it know if you've died though? Like
No, but you tell them, like, hey, this guy died. There,
you you contact Facebook.
I think
I
there's
know
a.
that's
I
what you
think
can
there's.
do.
I'm pretty sure.
Does Facebook have a
Ah,
phone number?
maybe. I haven't done it before.
I feel like there's some other way that it finds out. I feel like there's some sort of algorithm because Facebook is linked to a lot of things. If you just stop using everything, it assumes you're like deactivated.
Oh, there is a phone number you can call. You
Nice.
can like message someone directly, like a helpline, like through website and whatnot.
Yeah, I assume that much.
Morbid thing to think about.
I got a question for you, Shalom.
That's me,
For you.
right?
So, did that? Because I just finished editing the last episode. I want to know: did the lake have a current?
Yes.
It had a current.
Yes.
I still don't believe you.
Okay. Um, I'm actually really happy you brought that up. I did not stay there for long. Let me send you guys a photo. I think I've talked to you
Yeah,
guys
that's
both a little
partially
bit,
why I
a little
brought it
bit
up
about
too.
a little bit about my experience.
All right.
Um, so basically, I went to Red Lake,
And as we got there, one, I forgot how long of a walk it was into there. Around 2 kilometers. And when you're doing that with like all your camping gear, a cooler full of food, everything, it takes a bit of a long walk. Um,
Yeah.
Eventually we got there, and when we got there, we just saw a car just parked there, and it's up a service road, so it's not like easy, like it's not hereditarily accessible to a car. It's not just
Readily.
not easy. Yeah, it's not easy access to get your vehicle in there. Like typically you'd need some kind of off-roader to get up there. But what we just saw this regular SUV up there, and it was kind of beat to shit. So we were just like, okay, this person just didn't care about destroying their car anymore and just like full sent it up there. So we are like, whatever. But there was no one around. It was just the car, and we're like, okay, they might have went for a walk or something. They were gonna come back. We like set up all our stuff, and we were gonna go like swim and whatnot. Um, but eventually we were like, okay, these people still haven't come back for their car, and we've been here like for an hour. Like, I don't know if they just leave their stuff for this long. So we go and like investigate the car a bit more, and then we realize the car was stolen. So we're like, okay, now we got to call the cops. We like waited on hold for a while with a non-emergency
How do
number.
you realize the car's stolen? How do you figure
Well,
that out?
the window was broken like, into the car. Like one of the smaller windows were broken that we didn't notice at first. Um, the keys were just left in it, which was I also thought was odd. And like the license plate for the front was like bent to shit. Like they tried to rip it off past the screws and couldn't. They just left it on.
Huh.
It all like looked a
Sketch.
little interesting. Yeah, it looked it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we called the cops, and they were door opened. they they were basically just like, "Oh yeah, we've had 2 people call and report the car already. No one seems to be looking for it, so we're not worried about it." And we were like, "Okay, is it still safe for us to camp here?" And they're like, "Well, like we said, no one's looking for it, so we're not worried about it. But if anything happens, call 911." Like that's very reassuring. Um, so we continue to stay. And then it got like later in the evening, but the sun didn't like set yet. Like it was around probably like 7 o'clock. So and we're like, oh, okay, like let's get a fire going for like the evening, so we can like sit around a fire. And we brought stuff for s'mores and whatnot. And then we were like spent like 20 minutes trying to get this fire started, but we didn't have any paper, so we were like trying to use like dried leaves and stuff. Like nothing was working, so I was like, okay, I'll just like look in this car and see if I can find any paper. So I like open up the door for the car, and like the inside is like completely like ripped apart for some reason. And I was right that the keys were in it because I can only see the keys through the window, but they look like the keys for the car. So I tried to see if the car started because I figured since this thing was stolen and abandoned, I might as well like drive it back to where my car was parked instead of walking all the way. But it didn't. It didn't start. And as I'm looking around this car for paper, I found like the driver's license of a guy that I'm assuming either owned the car or drove it last. And his photo was far from flattering. He looked like the guy from The Shining. Like when I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, that's a little creepy looking." Then I showed it to my girlfriend, and she was like, "We need to leave now." Like she was so serious that if this kook is still out here, I do not want to be camping out here and sleeping in these woods. This guy just running around and not knowing where he is. And she was just like, yeah, she just wanted no part of it. She's like, we're leaving everything, pack up, and let's get the fuck out of Dodge. I'm like, well, we're gonna leave everything. So I'm like, let's like just pack up our stuff. I'm like, okay, let's go. And I was like trying to remain calm to keep her calm and whatnot. So we're like packing all our stuff up, but we just inflated like a floaty by hand that we were gonna use on the lake. We couldn't get it to deflate that quickly. And she's like, I don't care about the floaty. Just leave it. Just leave it. Someone else will use it. It's not like we're littering. It will get used by someone else. Other people will come. It's like, I don't care. We can buy a new floaty. I want to get out of here before the sun goes down. Like, fair enough. Okay. But as we're packing up all our stuff, this lady just comes up to us and she's like, hi, guys. And we like both turned around a little spooked because we didn't hear her come. She didn't come like with a off-road vehicle or anything. She just showed up. She kind of had like these wooden necklaces on and stuff. And I was like, oh no, she's with this guy. So we were just like, hi, and like kind of talking to her all like sketchy like. And then eventually I was like, oh, like, are you here? And then she was part of the wildfire preventionist people. And she was just basically checking to make sure that if we had a fire and was leaving, that we put it out and whatnot. And then, so I just asked her, I'm like, oh, do you know anything about this car? And then she's like, this isn't your car? And I was like, nope. And then she was like, huh, that's weird. Like, yeah, we called the cops about it, and they said 2 people have, like, reported it stolen or, like abandoned, essentially, already, and they just weren't worried about it. She's like, that's interesting. It must have just got here because I walk this route pretty regularly to check for wildfires and whatnot and haven't seen it up until now. And I was like, that's very comforting. And that was just also another reason why we just want to get out of there so quickly. So we packed up all our stuff and basically just like ran the 2 kilometers back with the cooler and everything, left the floaty, and then just got back in the car, in our own car, and just like dipped just before the sun went down.
Now, did you take any pictures or any pictures of the actual car itself or anything like that?
I got one photo of the car.
All right, we can post that to the Instagram so people can take a look at it because we definitely can't. I mean, maybe we can post a picture of the ID and just only show his face and not the signature underneath, like cut everything out. But just so people know what you're kind of talking about.
It is a little unsettling.
It's kind of face, but also. After you found the ID, did you like not like bring that to the authorities' attention? Like, I found an ID in the vehicle.
Well, I didn't find it at the time that we called them.
Right, but you found it after.
Found it after. So basically, it's actually a really funny story with that because after I found it, I found the ID, I found a debit card, and I found an iPhone like 6 or something.
And what kind of debit card?
Just a
What bank?
like a TD.
Nah, okay.
Nah.
I didn't take a picture of the card. I was like, having this card is gonna do me nothing but like trouble. Like, there's no way I can explain.
No, but like you report, like you just like if you reported the car, why don't you report the ID that you found? Because they could link that directly to the person on the ID.
Let me finish the story. I figured if I take the card and like whoever card it is reports it stolen, and then it's found to have been in my possession at one point, that's gonna do me nothing but good. Like nothing but bad. I just left it. The iPhone, I wanted to get to see if the phone belonged to the same person of the license that I found. And the license I took, I was gonna once I like we found out we were leaving, so I was gonna bring it to the police station to just drop it off because we were gonna drive past it, and I didn't want to wait on hold again. It's like the non-emergency people, and odds were they probably would have just said just leave it in the car or something like that. So
You did that?
no, I took the ID. I wanted to go back for the phone, but I forgot it because I wanted to plug the phone in and see if it charged up and see if I could identify who the phone belonged to. And if I couldn't, I was just gonna turn the phone like with ID.
Okay, so you gave it to the authorities.
Yeah, but as I went to the police
You
station,
didn't say that.
I'm still trying to tell the story.
I mean, okay, it sounded like you were done at that point.
No, you just started asking questions. Like, so when we left and we went to the police station, it was basically closed. There was nobody inside. The doors were locked. There was a note saying that if you were to like deliver mail, essentially, that you have to deliver it between these two, like between these times, Monday to Friday. And that if there's an emergency, call 911. Like there was no one in the police station. And I was like, this like isn't a great system. So like we sat in the parking lot of the police station, like ate some like dinner essentially while we thought maybe like a cop would show up on a shift change or something. But we were there for like 45 minutes and nobody showed up. I was just like, okay, I don't exactly want to throw this in the garbage, but I don't know what to do with it. Just kind of held on to it. And then like the next day, as we were driving to Tim Hortons to go through the drive-through, as we were going into Tim Hortons, we saw a cop leaving. Basically just like stuck my hand out the window and waved him down, and we just like stopped in the middle of the street and had a brief conversation. I just handed him the license, and then he was like, okay, we'll see if we can find the guy. Just took it and left.
All right.
He didn't really care about the car chilling up by the lake or where I found it. Didn't really ask me any questions. He was just like, cool, thanks. Disappeared into the day.
It does sound like classic vibes. Actually, maybe
Vibes.
yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe we cut that.
You don't know if you want to say where it is?
I don't know. Do I?
I think you should have gone to the address on the license and dropped it off.
I was thinking about it, not dropping it off. I wanted to drive by the house and see what it was like.
Yeah.
My girlfriend wasn't having it though.
No, I bet.
she wasn't having it. I did want to see because the house from the secret lake, the house was 8 minutes away.
Right. He could have just drove up there and decided to go take his dog for a walk. And then he comes back and he finds out that you've been breaking into his already broken in truck and stealing his driver's license and his debit card and his phone.
Yeah. So I wonder what happened here.
Or he was burying a body, but
Yeah, or he was.
there's two very opposite ideas.
But also, the other thing that had me a little spooked is that this is like very close to around the time that shooting happened. I didn't remember where the shooting was. If it was on, or if it was somewhere like on a different island. So later that night, I looked it up to see because I thought it was in. But I looked up to see where the shooting was, and it was actually in.
Yeah,
not close at all.
These might need to be bleeped out, but yeah,
Unrelated. Yeah, we could bleep those out. Well, I don't know if we need to bleep out the part.
if we're iffy about vibes, we might need to bleep out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Bleep that out. But the thing I do want to talk
That's
about
okay.
that was also running through my head is this guy's name sounded extremely fake.
It's a nice little alliteration.
It just sounds like such a fake name. Like if I want to give out his actual name,
No,
it would be the equivalent to like Sabrina Sam Summer.
it's like James Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah. That's
It's giving me James Jonah Jameson Spider-Man vibes.
Yeah.
I think we can post his face.
So what do you think happened here?
Yeah, you definitely should have stayed for the content. But what do you what do you think
I
was
should
going
have
on?
stayed for the content. There wouldn't have been. There would have been no story to tell. It would have been Shalom went missing. Like, oh, so you guys know how Shalom went missing? Something tragic happened and he died.
So like the car was trashed, you said. The inside, did it look like it? So you thought it was a stolen vehicle?
Okay, so here is why I also can now confirm that it's interesting. It's interesting because so the inside,
I
you know
can.
how, like,
It is interesting.
so the inside when you open the driver's door, like the door panel, like the plastic stuff with like the door handle and like the like button to roll the window up and down, was gone. It was just like completely removed from the car. It was just all like the inside of the door was just all the metal and car bits that's behind there.
So like
But
the outer cover of the door was gone.
what are you talking about?
I did not understand. What part of the door is still there?
So if you open up the door, you know how on a regular, like normally on a car, there'd be all that plastic bits, like with like the door handle inside the car.
Right, and
then,
like the
button.
button. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all that was ripped off the door.
Okay.
It was just everything behind that essentially.
Huh.
But the keys were still in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the keys part is kind of strange. He left his keys, phone, wallet.
Didn't even leave his wallet. That was the weird thing. It's not that he
ID
left
and
his
debit
wallet.
card.
He just left his ID, debit card, and maybe his phone if it was his. Reason why I don't think it would be, I mean it easily could be, but it was a pink phone. One of the rose gold ones. Oh, I mean, he totally could have a rose gold phone.
It could be all that's available at the store, you know? You never.
Yeah, it totally could be, but maybe it also could have been his friends who left the phone in the car. In saying that, the car had like stuff in it. Like it had like a blanket, like some clothes. But it also had like some expensive power tools.
That is
Just
so
seems like-
confusing.
Yeah, it was just
Power tools and stuff, but in the middle of like nowhere.
Like,
in
if
the
you were-
dirt trail,
Yeah.
off the road.
If you were
Well,
to like
I'm-
steal some, maybe they're trying to get rid of evidence or something like that,
Maybe he's building a sick treehouse.
and he
But
just
I'm
left
thinking-
his fucking keys in the car.
So
What kind of
now
power tools was it?
he had like a saw and a drill.
Hmm.
Typical like construction stuff.
Damn.
They weren't like cheap, like no-name brand construction stuff.
No
like
name brand.
they were from a company called Bosch, which is a
Oh yeah.
well, it's a power tool company. After giving it some more thought, I'm thinking what happened is decided to like drive up to the lake to do whatever, and his car broke down, and through like the trek to getting to where he is, he just said screw it, and he just left it there.
Did
He's
you
like, "I'll
did you
find-"
say that you tried to start the car?
I tried to start it and it didn't start.
Huh.
It didn't even like turn over or anything.
What would that mean? Like out of gas kind of thing, or
No, it wouldn't be out of gas. It would typically mean like a dead battery or a blown starter.
he just maybe he just off-roaded too hard.
Yeah, or like something got disconnected somewhere, or he blew a fuse. Or it was very like all it did is like you can turn it on and like the radio would work, but the actual engine wouldn't start. Like I could like listen to the music, I could like
The
roll up and down
battery
the windows
was
if I wanted to.
alive.
Yeah, it just the like nothing was no vroom vroom.
Hmm.
It was interesting.
I wish you took more
Um,
pictures of the car. Of the yeah.
Yeah. Even when I took that photo, though, it was just I only took that photo to explain where the license came from.
Oh
But
yeah.
at the time that I took that photo, it was like, let's get out of here. Let's not stay any longer than we have to, because we still had quite the walk back. Just to get there took a decent amount of time, and we wanted to make sure we got back before the sun went down. I was a little on edge walking back because I didn't know if the guy was like lurking in the woods, like watching us like roam through his vehicle stuff, and then he was gonna like chase us down, and be like, "Hey, come back here." It was just like, have you guys seen The Shining?
Yeah.
No.
The whole okay, the whole time. I'll post a meme of it.
You're
Instagram.
thinking of the face through the door.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking of
No?
the face through the door. I'm thinking of the running through the maze.
Oh yeah.
Like the end, yeah, that's
Oh,
what was
right.
going through my. And it was like each time I just kept looking behind me, expecting to see somebody.
Absolutely terrified. No.
It was terrifying. But you guys are going up to around that area pretty not too far away here. You should go check out that address and let me. Well, two things. You should go to the lake, see if the car's still there. Then you
Doubt
should
that.
go to that address and see what
I
Yeah,
feel
I don't know,
like
maybe.
what it looks like.
I feel like there's something explainable about it. I feel like he's just a normal dude. Just
I don't normal.
yeah, I think so.
I don't know
Just a
about
guy
normal,
trying to
man.
get along in life, just trying to have a
Nobody's-
nice, fun time out.
Nobody's driver's license makes them.
If you
Some look
steal a
great.
car, why are you gonna leave your driver's license in the car?
Why are you gonna leave
Yeah,
the
but-
keys in the car though?
Like, but specifically
If
your
you
driver's
also
license,
have
an
the
ID,
keys,
and a
is
way
it
to find
stealing?
you.
Like, I feel like if it's a stolen vehicle, then the phone and the ID was in the vehicle when it was stolen.
Yeah, which could be.
Like, maybe it's just like this guy. Maybe this guy left it. Maybe this guy was running to the fucking liquor store real quick, and he just left the keys in the ignition, ran inside, and someone just hopped in and took the car while he was sitting there. And he just like all he had, but no, he would have his ID and his debit card on, or his like card on him
Yeah,
that he's
you'd
paying
need
with.
that.
Was it a
That's
debit or a
just
credit
so
card?
weird.
It's a debit card.
Okay, well maybe he had a credit card on him then, so you can't completely discount that theory.
It was just too much was unexplainable that made it all scary.
You don't leave your keys in your car if you're gonna be stepping out. Like, were the keys in the ignition?
I don't know. It's
Oh,
a pretty different
they're-
lifestyle over there,
Yeah.
man.
You
We're
took
in-
the keys out,
We're in the cup holder.
threw them in the cup holder.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. See, like the thing is, why would the owner of the vehicle make that mistake, and then the guy who stole the vehicle make the same mistake of leaving the keys in the vehicle again?
The other thing I'm wondering
Yeah.
is if the person. I don't know if the person who owns the car is also this guy whose license is in it. If it got stolen, the guy had it for a while, like just put his license in it, left it in it when the car died up by this lake. He stole the car, right, slept in it, which is why all the blankets were in it. And when he woke up, the car didn't start from the intense drive for him to get to this lake. He just left in a panic.
Yeah, without your phone too.
Maybe he was he was out with a buddy and he needed a jump start because like the next morning after they woke up, his car wasn't starting. So he needed like his buddy tried to help him out, and then so his buddy just ended up giving him a ride, and he just left his stuff in his car because he just didn't think about it. He grabbed the other stuff, left his stuff in the car, and then went with his buddy. He's like, "Oh shit."
The car was there for around a week.
No way, because you said that lady walks there a lot, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
there
she walks there, like she does the trip once a week. That's what she makes her rounds.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's been a week.
So it's been anywhere from like it's been
An hour to a week.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been at max 7 days. Could it like
Yeah.
so? It may have shown up the second she walked by.
Literally.
All
That
right.
adds
It's just
a lot more.
There's a lot of unknowns that was extremely terrifying to me.
Definitely.
That's
This
that's
is,
crazy.
This is a
Also-
fun podcast. I kind of want to do some crazy shit just to get some fun topics.
Yeah.
The thing that I also think could have happened is he could have just locked the keys in the car.
But you got
And then
into the car.
broke it open.
Then like, someone else, like since it could have been sitting there for a minute, so someone like
Oh.
just people being there, just other people found a way to get into the car. Which is why
Yeah.
I had like a broken window or whatnot.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't starting or whatever, and then he just like wasn't thinking about it, and then he's like, "Oh shit, he locked the keys in the car. Well, it doesn't work anyway. I'm just gonna walk away, walk home."
Can't call the tow truck company because I left my phone in there. I don't know, man. I feel like I feel like you'd break into your own car for that.
There was a broken window on it.
Yeah,
It's not like
exactly.
it was. It's not like it was one of the main windows. It was
Yeah,
like the
but-
smaller ones.
Yeah, but if you broke your own window to get into there, then you would take your phone and shit.
And your
I don't
car.
know. I don't know.
But if the
I
car
don't know.
wasn't starting,
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Then you get your phone. Well, I mean, actually, to be fair, service doesn't work there. You don't have service there, most likely.
I had 1 bar, so it was even calling the police was a struggle. I
Oh,
was
did
like,
you
yeah,
call
great.
them
What if-
from there?
Yeah,
Okay. How long was the wait? You said you were on hold.
I was on hold for about like 40 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes,
Oh.
something like that.
Oh, okay. 30, 40, yeah.
Yeah,
That
I'm pretty
non-emergency line.
I think the same people who answer the non-emergency also answer the emergency. I
Do
think
you have
it's
the
just like-
non-emergency line remembered or memorized?
No, I had to Google it, which was also a struggle with 1 bar of service.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, what is the non-emergency line?
I don't
Yeah,
know,
that's
like,
a real phone number. 10 digits that I ain't gonna memorize.
I actually didn't even. Funny enough, I didn't call the place that this lake was in. I called the town, like one town over.
That's probably why they didn't give a shit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they also said that they had reports of it.
Did they have? Yeah. All right. Well, reports
I think
of
they
it
just-
being found but not being lost.
Yeah, I think what happened is just people have reported that the car was there. No one actually cared that the car was missing. No one had reported their car missing.
Well, they probably just don't know that their car. Like maybe he just doesn't know his car was stolen yet because it just maybe it was like stolen out of like the back lot or something somewhere. But I don't. Why would the keys be in there? Why would the glass be broken if they have the keys? That's so yeah. Why are the keys in there? And why is the glass broken? Like those
no
two
idea.
parts with the ID being in there as well and the phone. It just doesn't.
And the debit card.
And the debit card.
Like, that's everything you need to, like, if you're lost, you're gonna need to spend some money, probably.
Yeah,
Not
and
lost,
but and the license plate was bent up, so it's like, although that could have just been after the fact, someone just saw the car there and just like, oh, you bend the license plate.
I'm thinking it was stolen, which is why all that stuff was in it, and then just left there with the keys in it.
But again, if it's stolen, it wouldn't be stolen by the dude that left his license in there. It would be that's who he would have stolen it from. I guess.
I guess so. That's the guy
Yeah, so
who
what
stole
happened
it.
to this guy? So like maybe like that's why like maybe this guy
Plus
is
the
like
guy who
missing or
stole it
something.
is
'cause-
this guy?
but
Plus, this guy's.
I don't. I
Some
think
people are
that's the
pretty
least.
dumb.
I mean, yeah, you know what? That is true.
Some people are pretty dumb.
Having
Someone might leave their license in there after stealing it.
Having spent a chunk of time up there, there's definitely a lot of interesting people up there. Like I'm not like I'm like 100% like they're just like it's like I don't know. People
Just
are
off.
different over there. Yeah, people are
I
different.
think
Like not
you guys
necessarily not in a
need to-
bad way, but like people are different, and there's a lot more like individuality.
I think you guys need to follow up and go there on this next trip when you guys are up there and just see what that house is about.
I mean, it would be interesting to see if the car is still there.
That's what I think. I think
Oh.
you gotta go. Gotta go to both places. Like go to
Both
the
would be
lake
kinda cool, I
first.
think.
If the car is still there,
Look at
also
You gonna make a
get
video?
my floaty.
get the floaty. Gonna
Just
get
go
like
to the
a
house and see if the car's in the driveway.
Yeah. So if the car is not there, go to the house.
arguably an investigation.
Ooh.
Imagine though if that lake is closed down because like for like criminal
Found a body.
criminal activity. Yeah, like you guys go there and it's just construction tape.
Construction.
Not construction tape, sorry, caution tape.
Construction paper, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should end this. I'm getting hungry. It's getting late. But we have enough episodes to last us till you guys go, right?
No.
We have one episode
This
that
is the
this
one episode we have.
Yeah.
Right. So this will come out next week,
Yeah.
and then you guys will go.
No.
Oh, is there another one? Oh, we should post date this episode.
We'll need
What do you
another
mean?
episode.
We just skip a week?
No. We record another one like tomorrow or something. Release for next week Wednesday. Then we release this one the week before you guys go. And then when you get back, do the follow up.
I don't know, but this one is a follow up of last week. You said you were talking about how excited you were and stuff to go. So I feel like it was a good follow up for that one.
Yeah, no, I feel like I think we just gotta. I think we should not try and overcomplicate things and just upload as we're recording.
We should do one. We should do 2 tomorrow.
I want to do 2 tomorrow. If we do 2 tomorrow, we gotta start like earlier.
What's earlier mean?
Like, earlier means I'll eat on the podcast.
No,
Earlier means you don't have to go to London Drugs at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, earlier means like.
So if we actually start at 7, like we were gonna.
Yeah, like something like that.
Because it is.
I don't like doing 2 back to back. I just feel so creatively tapped out. I feel like there's nothing to contribute, and that's the point that I was getting into. Is when we do 2 back to back, it's Liam just talking, and then he goes, "I hate talking." Don't know why he says that if he wants to make a podcast.
What?
Counterintuitive, if you ask me.
What?
Anyway, thanks for listening. See you guys later. Check out the all the stuff that's on the website at what's the website? Arguably website.lgbt something.
I guess that's what we're gonna talk about next episode. Whatever the fuck Shalom's talking about.
What's our website?
We got a big old cut up to do for the intro and the outro.
What is our website?
Holy.
Arguably, just go to the Instagram, Arguably Pod, then you'll find the website. Or if you're on YouTube.
Okay. Slow.
You'll see the website.
Stop.
Give a review.
Stop.
Like all like
Stop.
the Spotify and like
You
the
don't even have
Apple
the right
Podcasts.
Instagram name, my guy.
Arguably a podcast.
No.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks for
Arguably-
watching, everyone. Check out our
Instagram.
website, arguablywebsite.xyz. Check out our Instagram, arguably official. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple.
I guess we should address it. We have changed the Instagram name to Arguably Official because.
Okay, so how would I know that?
Well, I mean,
Because we talked about it.
Yep, and you also have access to the account.
Yeah, there's so many ways you could know that.
Maybe we never had it.
We talked about it in the fucking Discord. Like, that you're
Anyway,
in. It's only 3 of us. There's 3 people
you
in
later.
it. And you are one of those people. Like,
We'll see ya.
Yeah, I already did the outro, my guy.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so I don't need to be here. I don't need to take this yelling.
Jesus.
He leaves.
You know what?
You guys talk about me.